So what did you think of Bad Bunny?
I thought it was a little sexy when he was...
Oh my God.
I was kind of getting a little flirty with Austin Butler with that pistol.
Well, you think he was flirting with him?
I don't think he was. Maybe I just thought they were both a little sexy.
Okay, they're both very handsome people for sure.
Welcome to Thumb War. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Jason.
Thanks for joining our movie TV club. We're delighted you're here.
You're in. You clicked it, now you're in.
Did I say club or cult? There will be spoilers. You've been warned. Hope you're playing along, but if not, it'll still be fun anyway. Today we're talking about Caught Stealing. What were you thinking after we saw this trailer about 2,000 times? How'd you think you'd feel about the movie?
Well, I thought I would hate it. I was annoyed every time it came on. We finally saw a new version of it about a week before it came out, but every time we heard the dulcet tone of Joe Strummer's guitar playing, should I stay or should I go?
So do you hate The Clash now or just that song?
No, I can never hate The Clash, but I'm not a huge fan of that song at the best of times, but oh God. Also, not a 90s song. I guess it is.
Oh, it has to be. It has to be. I mean, they were really good about that sort of thing.
They were?
With their music that they chose.
I found the needle drops to be very obscure.
Oh.
I mean, I don't think I recognized very many of the songs.
I'm
played.
a bitch. You remember that?
That was in the movie? Really?
When they were in the bar? Let's see.
Oh, yeah. The source music, yes, was definitely accurate, but like
that came out in 1997. Yeah.
So, but the needle drops of the soundtrack, I don't think I recognized any of the music.
That was done by the Idols. Aronofsky actually asked them to score the music for it.
Oh, so they're original songs for the movie.
Yeah, weren't there other moments
There were moments, yeah, but that's source music, so it's coming out of radios and stuff. The soundtrack music. So that was all by the Idols. And they were original tracks.
Yeah, I can't remember where I heard he met them, but he was just like, hey, you want to do this? And they were super jived.
Fascinating.
Okay. The Idols.
Well, that explains why I had never heard.
The original motion picture soundtrack for Caught Stealing. Newly written song by the Idols, such as Rabbit Run and Cheerleader. And their performance of a cover of The Clash's Police and Thieves. Did you hear that
Police
one?
and Thieves? I don't recall that being in the film, but I'm sure it was.
Gotcha. Anyway, there's a full 16-track soundtrack.
Written for the movie or just...
Yeah.
So they're all
original motion picture soundtrack for Caught Stealing.
Wow. I thought that there was going to be needle drop after needle drop after needle drop because they just featured The Clash so heavily.
Right.
In the marketing of this. Maybe they just blew all their money on that one song for the trailer. It's just odd.
Yeah, maybe. This trailer has driven me crazy. It's a try-hard trailer. It's just trying to be Guy Ritchie-ish, cool. But then I was so very pleased. I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised as well. Should I stay or should I go? Aside, the trailer did have a lot of story beats in it, which I don't like. My main concern about that was actually realized because I feel like I had seen the movie before. Now, maybe that was because, we go to a lot of movies. This trailer was before every single movie that we saw.
It was, right?
Like, not an exaggeration. We were basically reciting it word for word, like right up to the slurping soup and you're going to upset her if you don't eat.
Yeah.
And get a room, kids, and all of that stuff. So we had it memorized. Now, look, there's surprises in it for sure. Mm-hmm. And I think it's a good movie. There's just certain things where we're like, well, we know Mohawk's coming back, right?
Yeah, that's
because
true.
we see him come back. We see like the main thing in the trailer is him getting hit with a baseball bat by Austin Butler.
Yeah. Okay, we're cat sitting. Okay.
Right.
motherfucker, why did you make me do this? So,
Right.
yeah, there was.
And then we see the Russians come to the door. Hey, man, watch the bagels and all that stuff. But that said, I still enjoyed the ride. I still thought it was a fun movie to watch and very, very different from Darren Aronofsky that I've seen. I haven't seen a lot of his stuff, to be honest.
I have not.
But I have seen it's not this. And yes, it felt like a Guy Ritchie ripoff in the trailer.
But it didn't feel like
it. Didn't feel like that. It was definitely its own thing.
Oh, it was.
It was definitely its own thing.
It had the depth of really going through this guy, Hank Thompson, played by Austin Butler. I really felt his pain. There are flashbacks of the trauma that he went through as a teenager. Mm-hmm. Well, this is based on a book by Charlie Huston.
Yeah.
Who he had talked to Aronofsky 14 years before they started shooting it. And Aronofsky was interested in it then.
So the book. Because he wrote a trilogy of the Hank Thompson trilogy.
Yeah, but I don't
Henry
think...
Thompson.
I was listening to a podcast called Writers After Dark. It was a really good interview with Charlie Huston. Mm-hmm. He was busy with other things. He also just was like, I'm going to write a screenplay of this for his own honing of skills, not because he was...
Right, but based on the book that he had
Based on the book, Caught Stealing, that he had already written.
And published.
After things had settled down or he was ready to do that, he went back to Aronofsky and was like, hey, remember when we talked about this? You want to see the screenplay I had written? Mm-hmm. I sent it to him, and he's like, sure, let's do it.
It's crazy that Charlie Huston would think, I mean, if he doesn't know Darren Aronofsky, the guy who directed Requiem for a Dream, to say, you know what, this is the guy to direct this particular movie, which is sort of like a crime thriller, really.
So this is set in New York in 1998, mm-hmm. which it feels very familiar, I'm sure, to you and me. We got together just a little before that time.
Yes.
And a lot of it felt so similar to what we saw living in Toronto, like the buildings, the alleyways, the apartments.
Knowing the homeless guy outside your building,
yeah.
But name, and they sort of know your name.
Yeah, it's kind of dirty. Like we lived in some skanky areas, and not so skanky areas in New York. Giuliani was enforcing the cabaret law from 1928.
The Footloose law.
Okay, I don't know if that contributed to the improvements in New York, but anyway, which it comes out in pretty much the first scene of the movie where Hank is working at the bar as bartender, and it's almost closing time. Drink 'em if you got 'em, quote, comes out. You're introduced to the fact that that's his life in New York. This was at a time when you could afford your own apartment in a big city like New York or Toronto like us, where we got our apartment for like $5.95 a month in downtown Toronto, Church and Wellesley area in the village.
Yes.
And it wasn't what he had. He had like a 1-bedroom. We had like a bachelor.
A palatial estate what he had.
It was quite a few interesting characters. And one of those characters is a cat.
Wow. I wasn't expecting you to start at the cat.
Start with the cat. Darren Aronofsky apparently doesn't like cats. Neither does Hank Thompson. Mm-hmm. But they have Tonic the cat. Tonic the cat is a Maine Coon cat. It's not his first movie. Pet Sematary, the remake.
Oh, thank you for clarifying.
It's not that old.
Say.
It's not that old. I don't think cats live that long. And also another horror movie called Thanksgiving, which Thanksgiving can be a bit of a horror.
Oh, is that the Eli Roth one? It was presented as a fake trailer in the Grindhouse double feature with the Robert Rodriguez, Quentin Tarantino, and then he did like a mock a fake trailer for Thanksgiving, but then I think they actually made the film. Oh. I don't know if it's directed by him, but
okay,
that's pretty funny.
The cat is also Canadian.
Oh,
it's from New Brunswick,
Shout
East Coast.
What was the name of it?
Tonic.
Tonic. Good name for a cat.
I wonder if the owner's name is Gin.
Or another cat. They had a gin and tonic. That's always cute to me when you name like Salt and Pepper or, you know.
Oh, and Hank is the alcoholic though too. It's a perfect choice. Anyway.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, here
I
we
will say that Hank, being an alcoholic, very high functioning alcoholic and in incredible shape.
He's a baby. Of course he
I
is.
guess. Yeah, there is that. The accident happens 10 years earlier, right?
Right.
So
and
he must be at least 26.
1982 was the opening scene in the movie.
That's right.
If you recall, is this baseball diamond, 1982. And did you notice, was the person caught stealing home?
But they said, I thought he was safe.
Oh, he was safe. Okay. I
Wasn't
thought
he?
they were playing it off the name of the movie.
Well, it is a play on words like a baseball, obviously.
Yeah. But the very first shot is somebody.
Yeah, interesting.
Did they scream safe? Oh.
I don't know, actually, now that you mention it. I thought he was safe.
But it says 1982 on
Right.
one of the banners.
The title actually doesn't make sense in the end because nobody stole anything.
That's true. Like, for instance, this whole movie didn't need to be made if Russ, the guy with the mohawk you see in the trailer, just told someone he had to go see his dad in the UK who had a stroke.
Well, he did tell Hank that, but that's all. He didn't tell his drug dealer
Well, yeah,
associates.
the ones who are trying to murder and hunt down Russ. It's kind of a big deal.
It's a funny sort of twist, I think, when you realize I didn't mean to do this. Like, this was not my intention to just leave.
He did have a cell phone.
He did, but he does make a point of, saying, don't use all my minutes. And I don't know if you remember cell phones in '98, especially in Canada. You use them outside of the country. You use them outside of the city, if I remember. Like, I remember being at the cottage and being like, we're $150 for one call. Roaming charges were a thing.
Were real. Yeah. Well, he didn't tell anyone, so therefore the movie happens.
That's right. The movie happens.
The movie happens, and it's the worst day of Hank Thompson's life. We see in flashbacks every time he wakes up from sleep in this movie, he's screaming because we get to see his future of being a pro baseball player is ruined when they were intoxicated and driving.
Right.
And they just had an open cooler, him and his friend. Were they in their baseball suits? No.
Yeah, they were.
Were they? Okay.
Mm-hmm. They were coming from that game, I think.
And they were shit-faced. And Bessie is in their way in the road.
The cow.
Bessie.
Is that the name of the cow?
It's the name of every cow to me.
Oh, okay.
And hits a pole, no seatbelts. This is important. His friend goes flying through the windshield, killed. His knee is whacked. No future of baseball after high school for this guy.
Right. Austin Butler, Hank, was wearing his seatbelts.
Yes.
His friend Dale had unbuckled his seatbelt to get the beer. Hank lives with this. He's haunted by it. He's never dealt with it.
Didn't become the man he could be.
He didn't have the future that he was expecting. He was expecting to go get drafted to specifically the San Francisco Giants.
Which is a running theme throughout it as well, because he speaks to his mother
Daily.
and always ends a phone call with "Go Giants." It's a very sweet relationship.
Mm-hmm. And he's a sweet guy. Like, this is one of the things I love about this movie. If you watch a Guy Ritchie movie, there's, everybody in it is doing something they probably shouldn't be doing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, across the board, even the protagonists.
Yeah.
Right? This guy has done literally nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Except for being a good guy. And this is the case throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
Until he basically has to sort of stoop to the level of the people he's dealing with.
He has to
right?
face it and deal with it, which is kind of something that Zoe Kravitz or Yvonne, his girlfriend, says to him in a few conversations. I need to know that you can deal with your issues, because he's never dealt with the trauma enough to break free of this heavy weight that's on his chest that keeps him
Oh,
on the bottle.
correct. He literally will have to face his fears like in an actual way,
Yeah.
not just
There's some scary monsters.
some scary people
as
coming after him.
Regina King / Detective Roman says to him.
Right.
So we could talk about the multitude of bad guys in this. Well, they're looking for Russ, and Russ has gotten Hank to watch Bud the cat.
Mm-hmm.
And so therefore now Hank has to deal with what Russ leaves him with as Russ goes off to the UK to deal with his sick dad. So the inciting incident first is the two Russians. One's name is Microbe, and the other, because he's small,
Yeah.
and he's a psychopath, like maybe the most psychotic character in this. They beat the shit out of him, and this is where Aronofsky is not afraid to show the reality of what would happen to a person if they got a whooping, kicks, and apparently running headbutts to the abdomen from Microbe. His kidney ruptures. He wakes up in the hospital. They've had to remove his kidney.
Yeah. Real world consequences to violence upon your person, right? You don't see this. He basically unwittingly takes these guys on. Again, just being a good guy. Like these scumbags come to his neighbor's apartment. I mean, I don't even know if he's friends with Russ necessarily. Like, I think they're neighbors and they're friendly enough for Hank to sort of mock his accent when he sees him trying to, "Oi, geezer," that kind of thing. They have a friendly relationship, but I don't think they're close necessarily.
Yeah.
But he's still, the Russians catch him while he's trying to go into Russ's apartment to get cat food. He's being cagey with them because that's what you would do. These scumbags are at the door of your neighbor, and I don't know where he is. He's not in there. He's not home. So fuck off. But they're scary dudes, and they kick the shit out of him, and he wakes up 2 days later in the hospital and his kidney's gone. It's just a kind of refreshing to see. Like I don't want to see anyone lose a kidney, but it's kind of refreshing to see the stakes of violence in a movie. You know, if it doesn't kill you, it could maim you. You know, and
Well, should we talk about the other things that happen that are
sure,
like
yeah.
that?
There's a long list of things that happen, but go on.
Well, when he also gets beat up again later,
Yeah,
he's flinching and he's in pain, and you see him in pain
Yeah.
as he's running away, as he's moving. He still is directed to remember, you have had surgery for a kidney removed and you keep getting the shit kicked out of you. So you are in pain.
yeah. It's a good point, and it's a testament to Butler's talent and also Aronofsky. It's like, don't forget, you have a massive. It's like 27 stitches where they removed your kidney, and you're still recovering from being beaten up. And that pain is real. And you feel it on him. He still looks incredibly handsome with bruises all over his face and stuff. It's something that he has to deal with and carry with him for the entire rest of the story.
And if we want to jump ahead a little, when Russ comes back, which you see in the trailer almost immediately,
Yeah.
he was almost a pro baseball player. So he got a good whack in the head with a metal baseball bat.
All of this stuff has happened to Hank up until this point, and so he's not taking any chances. A door unsolicited is opening to his apartment, and he just lets Russ have it. And guess what? It kills him. It ends up killing him, which is
What would happen to someone?
which was what would happen. He probably hemorrhaged out, and he hits his head again later on in the movie. But eventually, it catches up with him, and he literally just dies. And this is one of my most hated tropes: is when judo chop, knocked out. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna knock you out. Dunk. It happens. It happened in Jurassic Park 3, which we talked about over on No Dunks. And you know what? It's fine. You hit me in the head to the point where I was unconscious. It's like, no, you should probably be medevaced out of here.
There's definitely a brain bleed right now.
Oh my God. To the point where you lose consciousness Russ didn't even lose consciousness. He basically was like, "What? You hit me in the head." He was dazed. That's another great thing about the movie is like everything that happens with Russ after that point, he is dealing with the fact that he has a severe concussion and probably hemorrhaging in his brain.
Yeah, because Hank is like, he is adamant he is not driving because of his trauma of what happened to him as a teenager. So he makes Russ drive after this. And they slowly make it swell.
Yeah, it's very well done.
Yeah.
So
Very realistic.
that's an Aronofsky sort of thing that you won't see in other movies like this, right? Where there is it's disturbing and upsetting what the body is actually able to endure. And you see it happen. I just find it refreshing, even though we're talking about, horrible injuries and ultimately death in Russ's case.
Yeah. The Russians, that's the first time seeing him. He had the surgery. Yvonne shows up at the hospital. We already jumped over the chemistry between them, but the chemistry is intense. Even he's in the hospital. He just had a kidney removed.
Yeah.
And he's looking at her like, we need to fuck right now. Like,
I thought he wanted to call his mom.
well, he did that first, but when he was done with that, the look, he's like, oh yeah, you're here because you want some, babe.
Interesting take.
You look in his face. He's lusting for her every time they're together in the room, even in the hospital bed. He was lusting for her.
Oh, for sure. Before all of the drama, absolutely. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he was definitely happy to see her. That's for sure. That is for sure.
Hospital sheet was rising, folks.
Go that far.
So they leave. She's nagging him. She is a paramedic. She's saying, there's some things you got to do.
Yeah.
Oh, and the reality, how about I got to get out of this hospital bed because I can't afford this to stay in here another minute.
Yeah.
Which I appreciated that reality check as well.
Sure.
Not to mention all the delicate details put into CGI to make sure the landscape was appropriate for that time.
Oh my God, it looked like New York, 1998. I mean, they brought the Twin Towers back. Tip of the hat. But also just the Lower East Side, how it looked. I was there at that time. Looked amazing.
They wanted authenticity, and they knew what they wanted it to look like. I mean, Charlie Huston was on set. In that interview, Aronofsky was like, "You're going to be on set, right?" And his response was, "Fuck no. I've done that before. It's the most boring thing in the world to do. No, thank you." But Aronofsky convinced him. He's like, "You're about to see your baby put on the big screen. You don't want to miss this. The team you'll be working with is one of the top 10 in the world. Austin Butler is going to be amazing." And he went and he was on set and he loved it and was so happy that he did. I'm convinced he was in a scene.
You DM'd him on Instagram.
I did. He didn't respond because maybe it wasn't him. And he was like, "That is not me, bitch. How dare you?" I was like, okay, he has tattoos. And I'm pretty good with faces.
You are.
And I've seen pictures of him.
It had to have been him.
Right? He was like at the end of the bar, Paul's bar in this where Hank works. They're at the bar. He wants to hide a key. And Paul gets him drunk instead. And they all do shots at the end of this bar. And I'm sure that was Charlie Huston at the end doing shots with them.
I think you're right. I had a look.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you're better with faces than I am.
I see what I want
Why
to see.
wouldn't you put the author of the thing in a cameo?
And that's a good cameo. You're doing shots with the dude from...
I mean, if you're a recovering addict, I don't know about that. But
Well, it was a clear liquid. I'm sure he wasn't actually doing
fair
it.
Fair enough.
But the guy, Paul's bar, the guy...
Griffin Dunn.
Right. That was a tip of the hat to the movie...
After Hours.
After Hours, okay.
Yeah.
And the significance is because I haven't seen the movie.
There are similarities between After Hours and Caught Stealing. Again, it's a nice guy who just sort of falls into misadventure in the span of one night. So I guess that's sort of the
Right.
difference. I think it's over the course of one night. It's been years since I've seen it, but Griffin Dunne is in it and he's awesome. One of my favorites growing up, American Werewolf in London.
Oh, he's in that as well?
Yeah, he plays Jack. He is great. He's a legend and wonderful to see him in this. And Paul's Bar, I just loved how it felt like a bar. Like it actually felt like a bar, right down to the stairway down into the cellar and the safe room and stuff like that. And there's just a wicked, awesome little shot of, and basically to set up what's coming later, but just when Hank goes downstairs to drop some cash on, you see this sweeping, gorgeous shot of this basement with basically cases of beer and stuff. But it's cool. Not only it looked cool, it felt real, but also gives us the lay of the land for what's coming.
Yeah. No, and it was perfect. You knew what was going to happen,
Right.
but you didn't. So
Right.
just enough.
Yeah, it was a cool shot to look at, and it just plants the seed to know the geography of that layout, because later on they get trapped in that room with some bad guys outside, so you know exactly what he would have to go through to get out of that bar, and the stakes become incredibly intense once we're in the cash room.
Yeah, which after he gets out of the hospital and such, he is speaking to Detective Roman. And she, at the moment, seems like a good guy. But she is
What do you mean? What are you getting at?
There's a lot of scary monsters, as she puts it, in this movie. She is simply referring to the Drucker brothers.
The Druckers.
When she's talking to him, she's kind of trying to shake him down to see if he has any involvement or if he's just innocent. And he is so clearly innocent.
Yeah.
While she's talking to him, one of the police officers takes a dump in his toilet. And that was almost the grossest part in the movie for me. Because
Which part? That he did it or the aftermath?
When Austin Butler goes and has to plunge it and you see the turds.
Yeah. It's a great moment. Basically, hey, can
More
I
reality.
Yeah.
Too much reality.
Yeah, can I use your bathroom?
Hank is like, you gotta wiggle
You got to jiggle it. Yeah.
He's like, I don't know how to use the toilet.
Right. And then he comes out and it's, I jiggled it, but it got clogged anyways. So this fucking asshole is just blew up his toilet, clogged it with a massive turd. It's a great little moment.
But
I love
it also takes you to the next moment, which is the kitty litter is now in his bathroom from Russ's apartment, where he's plunging that gross turd. Then he looks over to a box of cat turds, and there's a giant one where he is like, oh.
I gotta say, it didn't look that big to me.
Well, it's because you've never had a cat.
I've never had a cat. Yeah, I'm used to dogs.
That's a dog shit.
Yeah,
like a large dog shit.
I get that now. But I was just like, what am I supposed to be looking at here? Because there's also actual poop in the
little tiny one, little cat turds, and then a
Right.
big one. And he pokes around, and lo and behold, it's a squeaky, which I don't know.
I think that's a sound editor.
It's definitely a sound editor
because there's no squeak coming out of that.
There shouldn't be. It's cut open in the bottom.
Yeah, you have to have a squeak. You have to sell it.
That's
why
audio rules of the universe.
Yeah. I'm telling you, if you pick up a plastic anything that's squishy, if it doesn't squeak, it's weird.
You're missing the sound.
It's weird. It doesn't sell.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's nothing. It doesn't sound like anything. Yeah. It's just such an easy way to go, oh, this is a plastic, not real turd I'm holding. And it makes a sound. But we all know, because we've seen the slit in the bottom of it, that it's not going to make that sound. But you still have to do it. Yeah. It's like when big lights come on. You have to have... Right. You know what I mean? Right. You never hear that. You know, that's not the sound they make.
Because we're trained in movies.
Absolutely trained.
So there's a key inside.
Housekeeping? No, thank you.
Housekeeping, yes. Email us. What's so funny?
Amos.
It's getting late. Email us, themorepod@gmail.com. You can leave us a review. No, you can leave us a review.
Please, we love it.
I demand that you leave us a review.
We're thirsty for love. Please hit us up.
Yeah.
Helps us glow and grow.
Okay, you said that last time. And
Did I say glow last time?
I think so. 5 stars, man. You know, help us out here. You can join the Patreon. $5 a month or more gets you ad-free episodes. Ad-free.
And
That's
more.
right. Also, yeah, I'm getting to it.
Sorry.
Bonus episodes. You'll get
Too much Diet Coke is getting me all.
You'll get multiple bonus episodes every month. And we don't just talk about movies on those shows. We talk about whatever you guys want us to talk about. And that's why we ask you to send us an email at themorepod@gmail.com. You can join the Discord as well if you become a member. Thriving community over there.
Did you say the Hangouts?
Yeah, we do a hangout for the top 2 tiers in Patreon. Every second Wednesday of the month, we all jump on a Google Meet, yuck it up.
It's coming up.
We'll see you on that. And we'll see you in the comments, AMA, and all that stuff. Back to Caught Stealing.
He then goes to the door. The scary monsters are at Russ's door. That Detective
I'm
Roman.
getting uncomfortable with us referring to the Hasidic Jews as scary monsters.
Well, that's what
in this climate.
That is what Detective Roman refers to them as.
It turns out that she is not a nice person.
She is a scary monster. And
I'm just kidding.
The Russians are scary monsters.
They're all scary monsters.
They're all part of the Scary Monster Club.
Right.
So the Drucker brothers is what I'm going to refer to them here on out, are at Russ's door. He calls her and says, the scary monsters, I see them.
Yes.
And I've got something.
Right.
That's when he goes to Paul's bar. I need you to take this. I need you to take this. But then gets bombed. So much so that they get Yvonne to come pick him up. That doesn't go well because he's somewhat insults her. She takes off. He goes home. And then another gross moment. Pukes all over his door. Which apparently, in the book, he shits his pants.
Yeah.
But it's not as easy to pull that off.
Yeah. I kind of figured that was the original intent. Because why would you take off your pants? So that's what happens.
Yeah.
He's barfing. He barfs on the door. And then he proceeds to take off his pants. And the first viewing I watched it, and I saw it this afternoon. The first viewing, I was like, why did he take off his pants? It's stupid. Like, his pants are fine. Also, it's still a public place.
I know. I thought, he's using it to clean the door. Did he clean the door?
No, he didn't. Because the barf is still there later, and that's what reminds him. So he barfs on the door. It did get on his pants.
Okay. Well, it must
But
have.
that's one of a critique that I have.
Yeah.
Because it's sort of like, why is he taking off his pants? You know?
Yeah.
But
how do you lose the key? How does the key end up?
Exactly. There's a lot of moments in this movie where you're like, this is stupid, and I don't want to spend the rest of this movie looking for this fucking key. Roman is clearly in on it, and I don't want to spend the rest of this movie waiting for her to reveal herself as being in on it.
I was duped.
But it happens in 10 seconds, right? It happens all in the same scene, right?
Yeah.
You think she's fine, and they do a great job of just showing that, okay, well, she's a cop who actually cares about this guy. The key thing in the pants gets paid off pretty quick, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, because we're all like, it's in the pants. It's in the pants. Like, by the time we realize that Griffin Dunn doesn't have the fucking key, we're all like, well, clearly they're in the pants that you took off inexplicably outside of your apartment, right?
Well,
weren't you thinking that? Like,
I mean, after it wasn't in the safe.
right, exactly. But even when Griffin Dunn is like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Like,
But okay, so the pants get The pants get left with the homeless
Yeah.
dude. Anyway, he's home in his underwear, passes out, and wakes up to the Russians and Bad Bunny, and basically, where's the key? Torture you, pull some staples out. Things get disrupted because the neighbor pops his head in, and they leave, I'm assuming, because they think the cops are coming because Dwayne, the neighbor, pain in the ass neighbor, which the microbe kind of makes me laugh because he's a psycho. And he rushes the door and screams at Dwayne, "Fuck off, Dwayne!" He's just a loose cannon, but that made everyone go, well, now we have to leave because the cops are going to come and they've seen us all. Thanks a lot.
I mean,
Check.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know why else they would leave when they haven't gotten what they want. They're like, okay, here's my number. You need to contact me as soon as you find the key, or else I'm going to kill everyone you love.
So what did you think of Bad Bunny?
I thought it was a little sexy when he was...
Oh, my God.
He was kind of getting a little flirty with Austin Butler with that pistol. Spreading those legs, putting the milk crate in between his legs, getting all up in there.
Well, you think he was flirting with him?
I don't think he was. Maybe I just thought they were both a little sexy.
Okay, they're both very handsome people for sure.
Uh-huh. What did you think of Bad Bunny?
I thought it was great. I thought it was great. He is fearless in a way that most pop stars who are actors are not, in that he does not seem to care if he comes off as foolish or like a buffoon. Do you know what I mean?
Or homoerotic, yeah.
Or that.
Like,
I mean, okay,
I'm not saying that he is. That was just like, where's this going,
That's
babe?
not my takeaway from this scene, because he's pointing a pistol at his
junk
balls, basically. So I felt uncomfortable by that. That's violence to me.
He was gently moving the legs, though.
He was.
It wasn't rough.
He was.
He's a gentle lover.
Yes. Indeed. Bad Bunny is sort of a bit of a caricature of a mob guy.
Yeah,
and
he
sort
had
of
red hair, right? And that he doesn't normally have red hair.
He has red hair.
Yeah, it's like a dark red. And his name is Colorado.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with his hair, though, right?
I don't know.
Because I thought I read something. His name's Colorado because of his red hair. I'm like,
oh, does Colorado mean red?
I don't know. Maybe I dreamt that.
Okay.
I woke up going, ah!
It's interesting. Anyway, I just find him to be very charismatic and very confident. And
he's a star.
Absolutely.
He's
absolutely.
such a star.
I got it.
Obviously.
Happy Gilmore 2 sort of sealed the deal for me on him. Because I kind of didn't get it before, but I get it now. And he was great. He was great. And I like the two Russian guys too.
The little guy is a character. It kind of distracts from the taller guy because he's the main event.
Steals the show for sure.
Totally.
He's chewing that scenery. And I love that his name is Microbe, and he's got this sort of high squeaky voice, and he's making fun of the baseball and making fun of the, oh, you're so American, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He's a good villain.
He takes the cat to his girlfriend's house because he feels terrible. He's like, I can't take care of this. You need to take care of the cat. And he takes off. Then the Drucker brothers see him.
Yeah.
And a really cool chase scene happens, actually, where they are going through, they're in Chinatown, and they're going through restaurants and stores. And it takes me back to when we lived off Spadina, and we spent a lot of time in Chinatown.
Running through restaurants and kitchens and just all sorts of misadventures.
Those groceries, I frequented those grocery stores.
And that felt very authentic. I'm sure that they shot in actual grocery stores in NYC.
It was a great chase scene, too. He is flying over things.
And he seemed to be doing his own stunts, it seemed. Like his face is visible a lot. I'm talking about Austin Butler.
He does. He's like, I'm not Tom Cruise. I know that, but I felt pretty proud of myself for what I did.
And so you should, Austin. So you should. He calls Bad Bunny.
Right. So he talks to Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny just coincidentally tells him he knows where his girlfriend lives in Chinatown. So he rushes back, and his day gets a lot worse.
That's one way to put it.
She dead.
Yeah, she's been shot in the head. Surprising. Actually surprising.
It happened fast.
Yeah. You could argue that Zoe Kravitz sort of got wasted in this movie. She could have been in it more. But also, again, here's another example of consequences that this poor guy has been. He's done nothing wrong, but he's unwittingly put his girlfriend in danger. The cat is also injured still from the Russians, which is also ballsy to do as well. I mean, kill a human, yes, but to injure a cat, I mean, that's pretty ballsy, I have to say.
They don't like cats. Darren Aronofsky admitted to not liking cats.
Fair enough. But you know who does like cats? A lot of people. A lot of moviegoers like cats, and they don't want to see a cat or any animal get injured.
The cat is a main character in this, though.
Oh, totally.
So it's okay if he has a bandaged paw. He's okay.
It's fine.
He didn't actually get hurt.
Yeah. I was legitimately shocked to see Zoe Kravitz's character get killed. Were you?
I guess. I mean, yeah, I guess I expected her to be around longer.
Not that it hasn't been real yet. You know, the guy lost a kidney and stuff, but he has been slightly cagey with Roman, still being the good guy and trying to protect Russ a little bit, right? Because he hasn't said that he has a key yet. So anyway, he reveals that information at that point.
They're at the police station, and he is obviously traumatized and like basically reliving what happened to him before. He caused someone's death.
Right.
And she is being pretty harsh, and then it's like, okay, you know what? Let's go get a coffee. And that's where
it's so rare when you see the same person play the good cop and the bad cop.
Yeah. It's just like in the Lego movie when the Liam Neeson, his head spins around and he's bad cop, good cop. They have a nice long chat about her wanting to move to Tulum, and you're like, wait, what?
Why are you talking about Tulum right now, lady? She also is revealing so much about the case that she shouldn't be.
Yeah.
So now you're like, wait a second. She's definitely in on this. And that's another moment where I'm talking about where I'm like, I can't wait till the end of this movie. I can't wait to the end of the movie to be revealed that it's her.
Yeah.
But then it's revealed in the same scene, which I was like, oh, thank God.
Hank is saying to Detective Roman, Colorado killed my girlfriend. And she's like, he can't do that. He can't. He's a wuss, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, backup's here. And Hank turns around, and there are the Russians and Colorado. And he's like, what the fuck? Onward to get the key, which takes us to a very fun scene at Paul's bar. And
is it fun?
I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Because it just goes nuts.
It gets crazy.
Amtrak and Paul are at the bar doing lines of coke on the bar. They come in, and Amtrak is not afraid of anything. He's like, these guys aren't cops.
I have to remind myself that these guys were doing coke, right? Like, it's very important. That part of it is very important because
that's why they're so confrontational.
Yeah, or they're just so
that makes
frenetic.
Sense.
It makes the whole thing frenetic because otherwise you're like, why are they being like this? Like, because even before Roman and the rest of them come in, Hank is like, I need that key. And then he's like, oh, just so frantically like, oh, maybe it's check the lost and found and blah, blah, blah.
Paul
and
Amtrak,
Amtrak are like, he's talking over, hey, man, blah, blah, blah. It's like all of this like crosstalk and stuff. The others get impatient. They come in and then it just escalates the situation. And you know, Hank is like, wait, hold on. The whole time he's just like, wait, this is not like, let's just slow this shit down. And it just escalates and escalates. And you're also dealing with fucking morons. Like Bad Bunny's Colorado is a moron. The Russians are morons. Roman is the only one of the bad guys who are sort of intelligent outside of the Druckers. It's just a bunch of coked up dudes dealing with 3 idiots.
Yeah. So
plus the ringleader. You know what I mean?
And anyway, Hank gets out of this situation being with them because they go down to the safe room where the money is kept. And Paul ends up pulling out a rifle.
It's a satisfying scam that Griffin Dunn, Paul, is running because he's Roman's on her hands and knees under the desk trying to open the safe. And he's like, it's tricky, you know, blah, blah, blah. I need to do it.
Yeah.
He convinces her to let him do it. And then he even sells it even more by bumping his head as he's coming up. But he's got a shotgun. And it's fun. That part of it's fun. But then you're trapped, right? Because we've seen the lay of the land earlier in the movie. And you're like, how are they going to get out of this? But then, again, Coke rears its ugly head.
It's like, why are you opening the door?
Right. Again, I'm forced to remind myself that this guy is totally coked up.
Because he thought his lizard got shot, but he didn't actually get killed.
Right.
The lizard was still alive.
The lizard was fine. This is a kind of a problem. It's a me problem, I think, because you found it fun. It's frenetic and it's irritating almost. It's intense and it's uncomfortable. This is Aronofsky making you uncomfortable.
Well,
That's
you're
what he's
in
good
such
at.
a close space.
It's claustrophobic and intense, and people are not in their right minds.
Yeah.
And it works very well, but tension is high and it works. But I also think he gets out of it a little too easy.
She knows he's not part of this. So when he yells out to her, the key is not in there.
Right.
Like, she knows she's got to leave. The cops are coming.
Right,
Like,
but how does he get out? Like, he has to wait for them to leave. And then you see him running down the street and the cops are heading to Paul's bar. That part of it's fine, but we know the geography of this place and we know that he has to go outside of the room and through an entire cellar and up crickety old stairs that's behind a bar and then leave out the front door, presumably, right? So there's a lot of geography that he has to cover to get out before the cops come. They all have that to go through. And shots have been fired like 10, 15 minutes before. So I understand that it's 1998 and we're in the Lower East Side.
It's in the basement.
Shots were fired in the main part of the bar.
Oh, yeah.
Because Amtrak gets killed and so does Bad Bunny. But, it's fine. It's fine. But it's also like, okay, like, you paint them into a corner and then you let them out a little too easy. That's all. It's a minor criticism, but I'm
totally forgiving them because I enjoyed it so much. But that gets him to the next spot, which is, oh shit, my pants. Because I see the bar. I'm headed home. Gets the key out of the homeless dude's pants.
His name is Jason. Thank you.
Jason. And then that's when he comes across Russ.
Side note, the guy who plays Jason is a pretty big deal on Broadway, I believe.
Oh.
Anyway.
He's pissed, but they have the key. He's like, you are going to take me to this, and we are getting this money to them. I just want to live my life. Russ isn't too keen on that. But he gets a car. They get over there. That's the welcome to Narnia scene as they go through all the clothes. I mean, did they put the clothes there just so they could say welcome to Narnia?
Maybe.
I mean,
what's funny is that I saw them say that line 25 times.
Yeah.
I didn't get it until we were sitting.
Oh,
in the
really?
Movie. Yeah. I just didn't get it.
You never read the Chronicles of Narnia, though,
I did.
you?
I read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, but I just didn't register for some reason. I just thought it was a stupid line. I was like, what do you mean? Like, okay, they're laying it on a little thick. I think I just had to see them go through do you see it in the trailer? See them walk through.
He reveals the clothes in the room.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's my fault.
You can't get everything. Over $4 million in there.
Dollars.
And he's like, I gotta call my mama. So Russ gives him his phone, and that's when Russ has a chance to get a gun out while he's on the phone and say, this isn't happening the way you think it's going to happen.
Right. I mean, to be fair, Russ seems to get the idea while he's talking to his mother. He realized the gravity of the situation has dawned on him. And
well, he did just get hit in the head with a bat, so.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, it seems like a last second decision that he's going to throw Hank under the bus.
I'm almost like, is he just going to lock him in the storage space and take off with the money, or is he actually going to kill him? I don't know. I don't think Russ is that much of a dick, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
Who
not.
knows?
Well, he needed to serve up somebody to take the fall, I guess. But
Austin Butler gives him a little pushback. He hits his head again, and they're off to the races. Hank is handing him over to Roman. Just, I'm getting out of this shit. Take him, and then he'll take you to the money.
Right.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
So they're in Flushing Meadows for this. Mm-hmm. Then we get a car chase because Russ is like, this isn't going to work for me. They're going to murder me. So he shoots one of the Russians.
The big one.
The car chase happens, and they end up like going through the Mets stadium, right, to get to the subway.
Well, once they crash the car, they end up in front of Shea Stadium, which is a point of disgust for
for the Giants
for
fan.
Hank, yeah. So, which I kind of, it was cute.
But it turns into a foot chase after that.
It turns into a foot chase. They end up on the subway, and Russ passes away from his injuries caused by Hank.
But before he does, he's like, you got to take care of Bud. That's why I think Russ is not that bad a guy.
That's what I mean. Like, that's what I was trying to say when, like, the last second he realizes that he's sort of screwed and he's in trouble with scary people. Mm-hmm. He's like, as an act of desperation. I don't think he had it all well thought out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So R.I.P. Russ. So Russ as a character,
Matt Smith plays him.
I think he was great. I thought Matt Smith as Russ, and also because I've seen Matt Smith in a lot of different things like House of Dragons and The Crown and whatnot. So this is a whole new thing for him. I did sort of wonder when we were walking out of the first time we saw it, just, is that a character you would meet in 1998? Like that hardcore punk to the point where his car was punked out.
Was it punked out or just fucking old? Like he's had it since he was a young punk.
Well,
because now he's an old punk.
Yeah, I guess that's sort of how I'm connecting the dots and allowing it, Well,
the car is old. It's very
I
old.
understand that, but it's also kind of decked out Mad Max style. Like the car is punk.
Well, how old do you think he is?
In the movie, I don't know how old is Matt Smith. I mean,
he's at least 35.
He's older. He's in his 30s for sure. Yeah. You wouldn't come across a British punk like Russ in 1998. Like, it would be rare if you did.
Maybe
and if you did, it would be a Matt Smith type who just couldn't let go of the punk lifestyle. Yeah, that's his whole thing. I mean, he has a pop top on his car so his mohawk can stick out the top of it. Like,
there are still some ladies in my hometown with the curly perms and the short bangs.
Yeah.
Like,
fair.
you just sometimes, that's just who you are. Don't fight it. Don't fight it.
Yeah, I get that. But the perm with the bangs is a little more easy to, get up and go with, as opposed to like the sugar water to get the mohawk and the dyeing and just you're constantly wearing metal studs and leather jackets and all that stuff.
I used to curl my hair for an hour every morning before I went to school.
Yeah, but you don't do that anymore.
No.
That's my point. You grow out of these things, especially punk.
Well, he's obviously a little fucked up.
Yeah, totally.
He's a drug dealer, and
I understand
probably has had a few.
A very conspicuous drug dealer too.
That's true.
Very, very easy to spot. Oh, who was it? Oh, it was the guy with the orange mohawk over there. He's a fun character. I'm glad he was in the movie, and I thought Matt Smith did a great job. But I did feel like it was a bit of an anachronism to have a guy that's so dedicated to punk lifestyle in 1998.
Maybe you've just never loved anything as much as
You're right. I admire punks and metalheads or anyone who's like so into UGA Bulldogs that you know what I mean. Where I would love to have something that make my whole personality.
You flaky bastard.
I know. I'm very, very flaky.
Yeah. So he's traveling on the bus. He ends up at the beach. That's where he gets. It's a little contemplative moment for him and the cat. Detective Raymond calls and basically says, "We're coming after your mother. We know where she lives. This is her address. So I've got to take care of my business." Calls his mom, "Get out of there. Beep, bop, beep, boop, beep, boop." Drucker Brothers.
Well, hold on. Yes, to everything you just said. But this is where we have him sort of coming to terms with his mom anyway, of how he killed Dale, his high school friend. In a different movie with a different performer and a different director, I would have a real problem with this because on paper, me describing it right now, it sounds inauthentic. It sounds like a weird way to sort of the monologue that he says. You know what I mean? Like we've all been thinking it. Like is it necessary for us to like they've sort of been, pardon the pun, beating us over the head with it.
He does have this conversation right after he's woke up in a terror on the beach.
True.
Reliving the
which is every morning,
memory.
which is every day that he wakes up, by the way. But I think they get away with it. And maybe because of that. Because it is so well acted and so well directed. And
you feel his pain.
It is so well written, and you do feel it. And it is at his lowest point in the film. So
you can't fake that kind of authenticity.
Yeah, you can. It's called acting.
No. I mean, Charlie Huston is clearly writing this screenplay. He lived that kind of pain.
Yeah.
And to be able to relay it to such an amazing actor, like, has got to be so satisfying.
Yeah, I guess my problem with it, and it's not a problem because I'm saying that they get away with it and it worked. The scene works. It's on a payphone on a beach and just talking to his mom, sort of basically warning her and also bringing up this thing from the past. Anyway, I'm fine with it. I'm putting a little...
If it was anyone else.
If it was anybody else, I think I might have. I think it's a tricky scene to do, and I think they pulled it off. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I think it works, and I was in it, but in the hands of anybody else, I don't think it works as well.
Like it would feel cheap with anyone else.
Yeah. Like a sort of, oh, this is tacked on. You know what I mean? Like, or this is over explaining what he's going through.
But it's like, it's so satisfying, like, because these issues are resolving. Like, I mean, obviously they're not. Like, this is a condensed period of time, but in the time we're spending sitting there, this story is hitting a resolution.
I mean, I wouldn't call it a resolution, what he's going through with Dale. I think it's the beginning.
Well, this is a first in a trilogy, so there could be more.
Yeah, true. But at least, I guess, the first step is admitting that, I never dealt with this. I never came to terms with it. And he has been carrying around this guilt for 14, 15 years or whatever.
You can't get to a higher place till you deal with the trauma that you've experienced.
Exactly. So I liked it. It sounds like I'm criticizing it, but I'm actually paying them a compliment because I think it does work. A scene that could have been very, very tricky.
Yeah, sure. Well, let's moving on to the next scene.
Carol Kane is in it. She's great. And the brothers are characters, and they're kind of delightful. They are stone cold killers, though. And, at this point in the movie, you're like, God damn, like, more characters, we have to meet somebody else now.
Liev Schreiber and
Vincent D'Onofrio.
So good.
Vincent unrecognizable to me. This guy, I am so impressed with him. We just, as I said, we've been doing Jurassic Park over on No Dunks. Halfway through Jurassic World, I'm like, is that Kingpin? I didn't even recognize him in that. And then in this, I mean, granted, he's like got, the huge beard and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like, not till the end of the movie where I was like, holy shit, that's Vincent D'Onofrio. So great performances. And Liev Schreiber is just amazing.
Did you like the scene where it doesn't show Austin Butler first they're in a room and he's like, I don't have the key. And you're like, apparently you don't. And it goes to him and he's completely naked.
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious, which again, after all this shakes out, it's in the bandage on the cat.
Yeah.
On the little wee kitty cat.
That's right. And I also thought it was this part of it. I'm kind of glad that Aronofsky cuts away from it because it's so stupid. Like,
which part?
These two guys going into this Russian club where, they just go guns a-blazing. They blow shit up. It's a wedding.
Yeah.
But they cut away from it, which is fine.
Yeah, you don't need it. You hear it. You see the smoke.
Yeah, but this whole idea that, like, this is a mobbed up place, presumably.
Yeah.
Right. But they're like, they won't see us coming. It'll be fine. But then, they park their car in view of this place. And then after everything that happens with the club, them attacking the club, and then Hank goes back. He takes them back where the cat is, and here's the key, blah, blah, blah. They're standing outside of this van, two Hasidic Jews who wouldn't the cops be like, I'm sorry, did you say two Hasidic Jews just went through this place? Like madmen shooting it up? Well, there's two right over there. Maybe let's go question them. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, in that scenario, do people talk to the cops? I mean, when those types of people would maybe go after your family, I wouldn't be telling the cops that those guys did anything if I was still alive.
When you're in like a mass casualty situation, they were throwing grenades in a wedding, right? Like
maybe that's why they didn't see them because there's too much smoke.
Okay, all right.
I'm in fantasy movie land.
It was just sort of like, guys, they can see you. Everybody can see you.
Get going.
I was in movie land too, but come on.
Yeah. So
I mean, it looks cool when they're going in there and they're just shooting the place up. I mean, only in movie land do I find this sort of behavior acceptable.
Yeah. And you're forgiving because you've enjoyed the ride so far.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And speaking of the ride so far, this, as they left Mama's house close to Shabbos. You're not supposed to be driving. Okay, well, we'll let the non-Jewish, the goy, drive.
Yeah, they force him.
They force him to, and he doesn't want to. And of course, he's like, buckle up. Then the big twist happens where the lighter that Yvonne uses, which looks like a gun, comes back because there's no lighter in the car because Hank threw it when he was melting a zip tie. Mm-hmm. And Lipa and Shmuley is like, oh, why did you do that? So
he pulls out
the gun lighter.
He can't use the lighter because it's Shabbos, right?
Yeah. But he also couldn't use the car lighter because it wasn't there. So he pulled this out and asked for Hank to light his cigarette for him.
So tipping Hank off that the brothers killed
Yvonne because that was, kind of a unique lighter.
Mm-hmm. So they tip him off and then he crashes the car.
Just the way he brought back old memories, and it was gross.
It was pretty gross. Liev Schreiber not available to work that day, apparently, because they didn't need him.
Oh. Yeah.
Because his head was basically gone.
Oh, my God.
It was gross. Again, a realistic portrayal of violence and consequences.
Okay, somebody's got $4 million and sends a bunch to his mom, which we get a big reveal at the end that it's Laura Dern.
Yeah, the weirdest cameo of all
I
time.
knew the voice though.
Oh, you did?
The whole time, like, who is that?
Yeah. He disguises himself as Russ. This is why you have a punk as a character in 1998, so he can easily embody with the mohawk and the leathers and stuff.
And the accent.
And so he gets on a flight to Mexico, Tulum. Wonder where I got that idea. And that's how the movie ends.
To be continued. I mean, it was a trilogy of books, so
Well,
there could be another.
well, we'll see how it. I don't think it's doing that well.
Oh, really?
Well, it came in third. The second movie was a 50-year-old film called Jaws. Ever hear of it?
Well,
And then the number one movie was a 4-week-old movie, which we loved, called Weapons, and which is a better movie, to be fair. This is a decent movie. It was a fun movie. Fun to see an adult sort of, it's not a comedy. I wouldn't call it a comedy.
No. I mean, there are some funny parts, but it's dark.
Yeah, darker than you think it's going to be.
And it's deeper because you are this character, you are going through the trauma with him. It's great. I mean, that tomato meter is like 85% of critics and 85% for public. Okay. So it's doing very well. I would see it in the theater, if not just to see the chemistry between Zoe Kravitz and Austin Butler. Damn, people.
Okay.
And also, it's really cool to see the landscape of New York on the big screen.
Yeah, no, it's, the big screen hits different for sure.
I would definitely go see it in the theater.
Okay, well, are we ready to bring out our thumbs?
Thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
No hesitation.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. We thought we would hate this movie. I hated the marketing. Yeah. I hated that I knew most of the beats of the film as they happened. And a testament to the film that I was still entertained. And
there were surprises.
And there were surprises. There were definitely surprises. Caught Stealing. Go see it.
Thanks for playing along, and we'll see you next time. Sinners is coming. Promise.
Are we avoiding Sinners?
We get distracted, or at least I do, by other things.
We see these movies that are sort of current, and we feel like they need to go out because Sinners is now 6 months old.
Yeah, but it's coming.
It's coming.
And play along with Alien as well.
Yes. Alien Earth.
It's fun, guys. You can go back and listen to the pods, watch the YouTube videos, play along. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.